The first chapter in history is the world between wars. In this chapter, we will discuss in detail about World War I and World War II and different events related to World War I and World War II. So before discussing about different wars that happened during early part of 20th century and middle part of 20th century, let me explain about some of the important changes that took place in early 20th century. The situation or conditions in early part of 20th century were explained very nicely by a famous historian called Eric Hobsbawm. He called the 20th century as age of extremes. Why he called 20th century as age of extremes? Because he identified so many extreme changes and extreme conditions in society. The first one is fascism. It supported unquestioned power and it led to development of hatred against neighboring countries and neighboring people. On the other hand, people developed love towards equality, democracy, fraternity, and more than 100 countries became independent. Most of the empires were demolished and more than 100 countries got independence. There were new forms of art like movies so much, and life expectancy increased to very good levels all over the world. All this due to advancement in medicine. The advanced medicines helped people to live longer, and most of the diseases were given medicines during this time. And literacy levels. The literacy levels in some of the countries went beyond 90%, and most of the people all over the world became literate. They came to know about different advancement, different developments that are taking place all over the world. In science, the relationship between atom and life was found, and it was explained to a greater depth. All this happened in extreme conditions. That is why Eric Hobsbawm called 20th century as age of extremes. There were so many other events like countries in Europe divided into two groups. Germany, Austria, Hungary as one group, Britain, France and Russia as another group. These groups are industrialized groups. Initially, there were two groups all over the world: industrialized countries of the West and colonies of the East. Most of these colonies were ruled by developed countries of Europe. Then these industrialized countries fought with one another. One group fought with one another for raw materials, investments in foreign countries and markets in foreign countries. So they occupied most of the African and Asian countries, and most of these Asian and African countries were made as colonies by these big industrial powers. Initially, Britain, France had most of the colonies in Africa and Asia. When new industrial powers Germany, Italy emerged, they also requested for redivision of colonies or redistribution of colonies between industrial powers. When it not accepted, it led to conflict between new industrial powers and old industrial powers. This led to First World War between 1914 to 1918. Later, the Second World War between 1939 and 1945 was also caused by raw materials, markets and investments. So with all this explanation, the title given by Eric Hobsbawm, the title is Age of Extreme. The title given for 20th century was Age of Extreme. We can say that it is absolutely correct. Now, let's discuss about the causes for the war between 1914 to 1918 and the war between 1939 to 1945. Now, we are discussing about long-term causes responsible for First World War and Second World War. There are 5 important causes for First World War and Second World War. First one, aggressive nationalism. Second one, imperialism. Third one, secret alliances. Fourth one, militarism. And fifth one, Balkan politics. These 5 are considered as long-term causes for First World War and Second World War. Let's continue our discussion with the first long-term cause, that is aggressive nationalism. This feeling of nationalism created a positive impulse in countries like Germany and Italy. The unification of Germany and the unification of Italy was due to the feeling of nationalism and the positive impulse created by nationalist feeling. But this positive impulse turned negative when these people started developing hatred towards neighboring countries and neighboring people, and this fascism and Nazism were in destructive mode by the time of 1923, when people of Germany saw that image of victorious Germans ruling all over the world. They supported Hitler. In Italy, they supported Mussolini. This aggressive nationalism had bad impact over world politics, and total situation changed in world politics due to methodology followed by Hitler and methodology followed by Mussolini in Italy. Then the next important long-term cause is imperialism. This feeling was in the minds of most of the rulers in industrialized countries of Europe. When we talk about Britain, France, Russia, Germany, Italy, all these countries wanted to occupy as many countries as possible in Africa and Europe. There were three major reasons for this. First, they need raw materials at low price. When they rule these colonial countries in Asia and Africa, they can get raw materials at very cheap rate. Second, their finished goods from factories can be sold here. They will get markets, and whatever extra or surplus amount they have after all this business, that can be invested for their own development in colonial countries. With all this, countries like Britain, France, Germany, Italy fought with one another, and when new industrial powers demanded for redistribution of colonies between industrial powers of Europe, Britain and France did not accept the proposal. It led to conflict and it led to world wars. This is about imperialism and as a reason for First World War and Second World War. The next important long-term cause is secret alliances. There were two groups or two alliances. They were Triple Alliance and the Triple Entente. Triple Alliance was between Germany, Austria and Italy. The Triple Entente was between France, Russia and Britain. Initially, German Chancellor Bismarck decided to form an alliance with Austria in 1870 after defeating France. So, this alliance was made in the year 1879. In 1879, Germany made an alliance with Austria. After that, they made an alliance with Italy in the year 1882. Germany, Austria, Italy combined to form Triple Alliance in the year 1882. To counter this, France had an agreement with Russia initially in the year 1891, and they made an agreement with Britain in 1904. These three countries, France, Russia, Britain, combined to form Triple Entente in 1907. When this Triple Alliance and Triple Entente were formed, these groups wanted to show their superiority from others. So what they did? They started manufacturing high number of weapons, more and more weapons. This created an atmosphere with fear, and most of these countries went for armed peace, manufacturing more and more weapons, and the comparison of their weapons with others was done. This led to more and more problematic situation in Europe. The secret alliances created lot of tensions and lot of problems in Europe and all over the world. Most of these countries believed that military will provide the solutions for their problems. They thought that military will provide the security from other countries. So what they did? The six major industrial powers like Britain, France, Russia, Italy, Austria, like all these countries spent too much money on arms and weapons. Their expenditure increased from 132 million in 1880 to 397 million by 1914. Three times. It increased by 3 times between 1880 to 1914. In three aspects, we can identify how they spent huge amounts of money in military. The first one, they maintained huge standing armies, 3 lakhs, 4 lakhs, 5 lakhs. The army size went up from thousands to lakhs in most of the European countries. And the second one, they started manufacturing more and more weapons. Weapon industry was developed to a greater extent, and most of the people involved in weapon industry believed that, most of the rulers also believed that the solution to their problems will be given by weapon industry through war. Then third, they demanded support from people. They asked people to support during wars. All this led to high expenditure in military, more and more weapons, and support of people during wars. These are four important long-term causes. Then the fifth one, Balkan politics. These politics we are discussing now, Balkan politics. These are based on Balkan Peninsula in south part of Europe. In south part of Europe, beside Italy, we have a peninsula called Balkan Peninsula. In this Balkan Peninsula, there are different small countries. At present, we have small countries like Croatia, Serbia, Bosnia Herzegovina, and all these. At that time, it was under rule of Turkish Empire. When Turkish rule ended, Germany, Russia, Italy, Austria wanted to have some control over this region. There were different kinds of problems in those areas. There were internal problems in those countries like civil wars. Neighboring countries or neighboring areas wanted to expand their kingdom in Balkan Peninsula. One small kingdom wanted to occupy other small kingdom. There were people from different sects, different languages and different cultures. There was no unity among people in Balkan region, and most of the industrial powers wanted to occupy that area for markets and raw materials. Even during the Turkish rule or Ottoman Empire rule, there was a conflict between Turkey and Russia over Black Sea and Mediterranean Sea. Russia and Turkey wanted to show their dominance towards trade through Mediterranean Sea and Black Sea. They fought with one another and they supported opposite groups in those countries. All this led to highly tense situation in Balkan Peninsula. The next topic is immediate cause behind World War I. The immediate cause behind World War I was murder of Archduke Franz Ferdinand, an Austrian prince in Serbia. A Bosnian Serb named Gavrilo Princip killed Archduke Franz Ferdinand when he was on a visit in Serbia. He was attacked and killed along with his wife. This developed hatred in Austria, and Austro-Hungarian Empire at that time. The rulers of Austrian Empire thought that it was done with help of Serbia. When Serbia was asked for explanation for the death of Archduke Franz Ferdinand that happened on 28th June 1914, the reply that was given by Serbia was unsatisfactory to Austria. On 28th July 1914, what happened? Austria declared war on Serbia, and the countries were divided into two groups. They were Central Powers led by Germany, Austria, Hungary, Turkey, and Allied Powers led by Britain, France, and Russia. But with Russian Revolution and role played by Lenin in 1917, Russia was out of war by making peace with Germany in 1917. But US entered in 1917 when the ship of US named Lusitania was sunk by Germany. Then US entered. Most of the people all over the world thought that the Central Powers will win in World War I after exit of Russia. But with the entry of US, the Britain, France, Russia, USA group became very dominant force, and it led to defeat of Germany, Austria, Hungary and Turkey, which is also known as Central Powers. The two groups were divided as Central Powers and Allied Powers. The Allied Powers defeated Central Powers in World War I.